Hey, welcome to mikescottbaseball.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the third base coach giving signals to his runners, to his batters, okay, to his hitters there. Now I'm at the third base bag right here. Normally I'll be a little bit more over to the side, but the third base coach is usually the guy that will be giving signals. Sometimes the signals will be coming strictly from the dugout. Okay, every player and every coach should make this clear who's giving signals and what the signals are going to be before every game starts. Now, some of the basics about giving signals, okay? First of all, the younger the kids are, the slower you have to do your signals, okay? You want to do nice, slow signals so whenever they're looking for something, they can follow it. These guys that do these fast signals, okay, going back and forth, okay, these things are just confusing to little kids. They get a little intimidated by it. Slow down your signals for the youngest kids that you're working with. Now, there's usually what they're called indicators. Okay, this is the first thing you need to tell your kids what your indicator is going to be. This is the signal, something that you touch, okay, that basically means the next signal after that is the one that's going to be, whether it's a bunt, steal, hit and run, whatever it might be. Okay, so let's talk about indicator. One of the indicators I always liked the best was just the ear. Okay, it's very simple for a coach to get to, okay, but there's a lot of things right around it also. So what happens is, let's talk about the bunt. The universal bunt signal is usually belt buckle. Okay, a lot of times if I'm trying to pick up other people's signals, I'll look around for them touching the belt buckle and see if anything was put on. So basically it works like this. All this stuff means nothing. Even if I touch the belt right now, it means nothing. Okay, but if I go to the ear, my indicator, and then directly to the belt buckle afterwards, it means I just gave the bunt signal. So, ear to belt, okay, bunt signal, okay? So if I go like this, ear, belt, all this other stuff means nothing, but I did go ear to belt, so that tends to be a bunt signal right there. Again, everything that comes after the ear is my indicator. So let's talk about maybe a steal. A lot of times people like to use the legs, whether it be one hand or two hands. Let's talk about one hand right now, almost like you're brushing yourself off after stealing. Okay, so if that's our steal signal, we're waiting for the indicator. We haven't seen the indicator yet. Even if I go here, we still haven't seen the indicator. Here comes the indicator. There it is. Right afterwards, there's the steal. Okay, and now we have our steal signal on. So again, belt means nothing right now because I didn't put an indicator on. Hat, nose, nothing. Ear, steal. Okay? Again, do these things very slowly for kids to learn. Now, another one that you might want to do is hit and run. Okay? A hit and run, sometimes they'll keep the steal signal, but they'll do two hands. Okay? Or they might go across the chest or something like that. But either way, the indicator must come first. Now, you can make the indicator anything you want. You can make the indicator two hands off the hat. You can make it both legs, okay, at the same time. One coach I did used to do his hand behind his back. That was the way he used to do it. So when I see that, I know he's starting off with it maybe. Maybe he has his hand behind his back, he starts off with it, and he goes right to the belt, and there's the belt, the bunt sign already. Okay? Some other things that you can do. You can use verbal signals. I've seen many coaches call out a player's name in a certain way, whether it be a nickname or something, and that could be a signal for him to do something. I've seen claps, okay? One clap might be bunt, two claps could be a steal, three claps could be a hit and run, okay? So all this stuff is just keeping a guy off balance, and then one clap and there's your bunt, okay? Coaches got to be careful they don't do these things by accident if they are using that as a signal. So whatever you choose, okay, usually there's an indicator in there, okay? Usually the belt is bunt, okay? Steals are usually legs, a lot across the chest. But use these signals, come up with something of your own that you know is simple to learn, okay? Something that you as a coach won't be making a mistake. If you like to go to the ears, okay, do not use it as an indicator. You might be giving a signal at the wrong time, and that definitely does happen. Players come in and say, "Coach, you gave me the bunt sign." And I said, "No, I didn't." And I find out that maybe I did, okay, because I like to do something. That's kind of common. So check your signals, practice them as coaches, okay? I still am a little bit slow sometimes I like to give mine slow anyway, just to make sure I don't make mistakes. But coaches need to practice their signals, okay? Look in a mirror and see how smooth you are. And if you ever see a kind of a little hesitation in there, a lot of times if you're trying to pick up another coach's signals, if the ear is an indicator, you'll see him give the signals and he'll kind of pause, and that might tell you something, that there's something about where he was going to might be a signal. So again, check back to Mike Scott Baseball for more instruction, more videos. Practice your signals, okay, and hopefully you'll have some success. Thanks.